Greetings subscribers and honoured guests. It's been a little while since I last did one of these, but it's time to continue my look at the Sega Megadrive Ultimate Collection with 5 games in this episode. First up are Ecco the Dolphin and Ecco the Tides of Time, which I'm going to cover together. Whilst I think the concept of playing as a dolphin is a cool one, and the graphics in these games are really well drawn and animated, unfortunately they're just not for me. Though these might look and seem to be bright, colourful fun games at first glance, they hide a mean streak below the surface. It can be confusing to work out where to go and what to do next. If you have the patience for the 2D Metroid games, then you might get something out of the Ecco series, but personally I'll just have to say so long and thanks for all the fish before moving on to the next game. Now, Fatal Labyrinth may well look and sound super basic, but I have really enjoyed playing it over the years. The gameplay is surprisingly addictive. You see, what you have here is quite an early example of a roguelike RPG, at least on a console. I know roguelikes have been around for decades on PCs. You start from level 1 with next to no equipment in a randomly generated dungeon, and very carefully advance through as many floors as you can, killing monsters for experience and collecting loot to equip or sell. Potions come in various different colours in these games, and you never know exactly what they're going to do until you either take a risk and use them, or use an identify scroll to find out what they do. For example, in one game a pink potion may heal you, another time it might be poison. Roguelike mechanics are super popular these days, popping up in all sorts of genres, platforming for example with Spelunky. Fatal Labyrinth is definitely a bit lacking in its presentation, but the gameplay more than makes up for it. Next up is Flicky, which is a straightforward, fun arcade game. You take control of the titular bird, and it's your job to round up all of your lost chicks and guide them to the exit. Out to stop you are some hungry ginger moggies, which can be temporarily dealt with by picking up inanimate objects like stools or bells and twatting the cats with them. They will only be stunned for a few seconds though, so you'll have to act pretty quickly. Flicky is a lot of fun, but quite challenging. While it's not the sort of thing I would have spent my limited funds on back in the day, it's good to have it as part of this compilation. Finally this episode we have a game by the name of Gain Ground. This is quite a novel little game actually. You can choose from 3 or 4 different characters who each have different weapons and abilities. One guy can throw a spear in any direction 3 spaces away, one can only shoot upwards, another uses dynamite, etc. You clear each stage either by taking out every single enemy on the screen, or by getting each of your characters to the clearly designated exit, one after another. There can be a lot of enemies on screen, so it does get pretty tough after a while. Luckily you can enlist the help of a friend, which makes life a lot easier. I do like this game quite a bit, I'm just not very good at it. That's your lot for this episode. The next one in the series will most likely cover the 3 Golden Axe games. While I've got you here though, I would like to take this opportunity to let you know that I intend to start a second compilation station series in the near future. As you might know, the Rare Replay compilation is being released on the 7th of August, and shortly after that I will begin making videos about the games on it. I will start with the early NES and Spectrum games, covering 4 or so in each episode. Then when I get to the bigger and more in-depth titles like Banjo-Kazooie, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, Perfect Dark, etc., I will change to covering 1 game per episode. I hope you will watch it and continue to watch the Megadrive Collection videos as well. Until the next one, take care.